Through the award of an ADECA Land Water Conservation Fund grant, DeSoto State Park will build a pioneer-style primitive camping cabin that will provide a unique camping experience to any adventurous family or park guest. The cabin will have no electricity or running water, but will include some basic amenities like a kitchen table and chairs, wooden bed structures, and to make the pioneer experience as realistic as possible, an outside vaulted toilet. The primitive camping cabin will be located in DeSoto State Park's primitive campground. Join us now as we document the cabin's construction.
It is a chilly 5 degrees at DeSoto State Park, and the Pioneer Cabin kit finally arrived. We've got it unloaded. If you'll stick with us over the next few months, we'll keep giving you updates on the progress of building it. After what turned out to be a pretty long and cold winter, and on top of that a pretty wet spring, we finally got time to start on the foundation. Behind me you can see that the cabin has been laid out on almost what looks like solid rock. But it has started. The footers are being dug, it's being squared up, it'll be formed up, and before we know it we'll have our concrete slab and we'll be ready to lay some logs.
Today, Maintenance Supervisor Shan Gillum and I travel down to Fort Payne to pick up the split-face concrete block at Builder Supply. After they're loaded, we head back to DeSoto State Park to get them ready to lay the foundation. After several days of summer thunder showers, maintenance staff member Mike Bear finally got started on laying the foundation with the concrete blocks. And finally, after a busy work week, Mike's able to finish the concrete block foundation. Now Mike and Cameron work on the wooden part of the foundation that will bridge the anchor between the logs and the concrete blocks. After the fill dirt was placed on the inside of the foundation, it was allowed to stabilize over the next couple of weeks. Before the floor was poured, wire remesh was added to strengthen the concrete. Slowly but surely, the concrete was added and equally distributed throughout the floor foundation. After all the concrete was poured, the long process of smoothing it out began. Part of the process was made easier by the use of a motorized concrete trowel. Finally, on August the 8th, 2014, after a lot of hard work, the first logs were laid. And as the days passed, the course of logs continues to grow.
This is it.
Mike, what's so special about that log?
It's perfectly straight and lined up. It's going to be a beautiful roof on top of that log. Last log laid.
With the last log laid, attention is pointed toward the building of the rafters. Like a giant jigsaw puzzle, each of the 19 rafters is assembled. On September 23rd, the DeSoto State Park maintenance crew came together for a good old-fashioned rafter raising. They worked throughout the morning, setting the 19 rafters in place in record time. The Pioneer cabin is getting closer and closer to completion. Piece by piece, each section of the Galvalume metal panels are secured to the roof. While work continues on the roof, Billy applies the first coat of stain and sealer to the logs. Now that the cabin's been dried in, attention is given to the tongue and groove ceiling. After the majority of the interior trim work is complete, a stain and sealer is spread over the floor. For the furniture, we decided to construct a dining room table and a special kitchen counter using a Brazilian wood called kumaru. After a few lacquer coats, the dining room table is set into place, and the kitchen counter is added with its Pioneer bucket sink. Even though the cabin is being constructed to be a primitive experience, we couldn't resist adding a little modern technology and outfitted the cabin with a small solar package to power long-lasting LED lights. As the cabin completion draws to a close, we travel to Sylvania High School to pick up 2 Adirondack chairs and 2 rockers built specially for the camping cabin by the school's FFA club. With the help of the students, we load the chairs, thank Mr. Heyman, and head back to DeSoto State Park. Now that the primitive camping cabin is finished, the rest is up to you. For more information about the camping cabin, including reservations, visit our website at www.alapark.com.